Get it at the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert and up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Dolphins did a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch out. Slide, 97. Check 2.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Switch. 10 cycles.
From the gun, a run with Mostert. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Finds Pickens out right. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Hey, check 13. Jump, 17.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Open man is Ross, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to the running game with Mostert. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's Mostert. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. They'll run with Mostert. Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Raheem Mostert hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
These two teams all tied after one. They'll look to throw here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. But Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
They have been struggling to put points on the board so far. And while you don't want to lump it all on the rookie quarterback, he's definitely the root cause. And all rookies, they have those learning experiences in their first year. What they're hoping for is that he can learn on the fly, work through his struggles against his defense, and at the same time, still find a way to put them in a position to win.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Steps away. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run here with Mostert. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Ready. 52 blue. Exit. 22, Mike 22. Check. Cluster. 6. Mike 22 is coming. 22 is coming.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll look to throw here. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check back 21, Mike 21. Check back 21. Record. Check back 21, Mike 21. Check back 21. Right here. Hey, check back 21, Mike 21. Check back 21.
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Mike 22, Mike 22. Mike. Mike 22 is coming, 22 is coming, Mike. You must faster, hut.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
50 red.
Let's go. 54 is Mike.
Drill green.
Check. Watch 54.
Set. Good set.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Right, 60.
Check. Lucky.
Check, smash.
Wide. Get wide.
Ready.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Cook with a run on first down, but he'll only manage a couple there before he's taken down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Smith here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 73 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively. To a hit, and the ball is out. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense? Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Looking to pass. Tua. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Tua. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Tua going to throw. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down at 17. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 28 yards. And the Dolphins have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Second down, here's an option right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on third down. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And we are tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
52 blaster.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Flushed it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Two-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 95 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. On first down, they go with Mostert again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Forced out to his left.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They hand it off to Mostert. Chris Boyd in there to make the play. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tua sets up to pass it. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Looking to throw. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He'll get this to about the 38.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 82 yards rushing now for Cook, and this is a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Got a quick flash about being in their huddle. Whatever the play call was, it was tagged with these words: make sure you stay in the middle of the field. That's where we want to be.
And he did just that. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. One final try for Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't